Hey y'all, this is Lydia. I'm going to pull a card from the Alchemy Elementals deck, and we're just going to read from the book, see what it has to say. I haven't been really getting any clear messages lately. It almost feels like we're in, or at least I'm in a lull, or a little quiet point between a transition. And the transition energy is strong, I would say. There's been a lot of talk about new beginning energy, fresh start, spring energy, hidden springs coming through. But let's see what the Alchemy Elementals has to say about this transition. Fire, ancestor fire, star. And this is another theme that's been very strong lately, is ancestor energy. And actually that is a message that has been coming through recently, is there's a lot of karmic clearing when it comes to ancestral trauma, things that more collective ancestry trauma that we've been through over generations, in particular when it comes to disenfranchised people or people who weren't valued or considered people at one time or another. We already seen it with the Reformation schools in Canada, with the indigenous mass graves of the people there, of the children that were stolen from their families to be pretty much indoctrinated. And recently I saw that there was a segment on like a news cycle on YouTube where I think it was a penitentiary in Pennsylvania came out apologizing for experimenting on inmates during the 40s through the 70s, I think. And it was by and large Black inmates. And we already know about the CDC and other experiments that were done on Black Americans over the years, over the history of this country. And that's been a big theme that's been coming up. It's been a karmic clearing. There's been a lot of energy being exposed and brought to the surface so that a healing can take place. And I believe that's what the ancestors want for us. They want us to heal and to move on and to take things to a new level so that we can move forward and to grow and expand and to reach a new stage of evolution and a new stage of humanity where we're not so burdened by those traumas. We're not so weighted down by the history, by the trauma that's in our blood, in our veins, in our ancestral lines, so that we can experience more freedom. Because I think if we were to go back in time, or even just tap into our ancestor energy now, they would want that for us. They would want us to feel free, to be free, and to be able to accomplish whatever our heart desires without any sort of obstacles or things coming in our way, whether that be an outside force or an internal force. But let's read from the book and see what it has to say. Fire, ancestor fire, star. You are being called to embark upon a journey into the sanctity of your innermost realms. Your ancestors know well the secrets and the magic and the knowledge hidden inside of you, for they are the ones who planted them there before you were born. The ancient ones are asking you to go inside, child, to pay heed to your dreams and the messages they are sending by way of rustling leaves and crashing tides. Honor your ancestors, their spirits, and their lives. The more you remember them now, the easier it will be for you to hear the wisdom they are sharing. Get quiet, my love, and spend some time in the inner sanctum of your dreams and your spirit so that your ancestors can light the way for you. And this is, of course, on an individual level, but I feel it very strongly on a collective level for us to come together, whether, doesn't matter what part of the world we're from, there's always these histories, these wounds that we've been carrying through the bloodline, through generation after generation, that are coming to a culmination point, and they want to be healed on a certain level so that we can move forward and begin a whole new chapter and a whole new journey of creating a world that everyone can live in, thrive in, love in, and make a living in, and to feel loved, supported, and in abundance, in a state of abundance, whether that be energetic or material. And to have that freedom take place, we have to move through those wounds and those weights that we've been carrying through our bloodlines, through our generations, and to begin anew and to begin afresh. But a big part of this is working with our ancestors, listening to not what, the painful things, but start looking at the light things, the gifts they want to give us, and to acknowledge the pain, but at the same time to pick up the tools we have available to us to really start innovating and to really start beginning something we have yet to see in the world. And that's really, really strong right now, especially with Uranus and Taurus conjunct the North Node. We have an eclipse cycle we're going through, which we're beginning again at the end of this month in Taurus and Scorpio, which is dealing with resources, which is dealing with our self-worth and value, and our ability to provide for ourselves, and our ability to build and to grow and to expand our territory, so to speak, whether that be, you know, an energetic territory of feeling in that abundant energy, or on the material realms of being able to create and to feel like we have the freedom to do whatever our heart desires. And that is a big, you know, theme for a lot of the civil rights leaders as well. It's not so much that they wanted, you know, this trend of demonizing people. It was more of a healing journey they were after. There were more, even with Martin Luther King, his messages were very much centered on moving on and moving forward and having people be judged on their merit or not even judged at all, to be able to move through the world without feeling like they're being hindered in any way based on who they are or what they look like. And that news story really did come through hard. It's like another story like this. It's like there's probably millions more that we'll never hear. But there's a healing element in the background too. We just had a full moon on Chiron dealing with healing our identity, healing that I am consciousness, that sense of who we are, so that we can break free into a new chapter, into a new territory, into a new expansive energy where we feel we have the capability, the resources, and the personal power to see things through and to show up to our dreams and to show up to our lives and to feel capable, supported, and stable in doing so. So I hope this message resonates. I'm sending love and wishing you well. Bye.